Hey guys, this is Gerry O reporting for Kids First, and right now we're at beautiful Chinese theater for the premiere of Minuscule, The Worst Years of My Life. It's an exciting new film. I can't wait to check it out and also meet so many cool people from it. Stay tuned for my review of the film also on the Kids First YouTube page. Let's go learn about the film. Right now, with James Patterson, who wrote the book that the movie is based off. So you have
the first script.
Yes, and also the script, and you're also the producer.
First script. Yeah, we're doing that too. Very exciting.
So you have wrote so many fantastic books, and a lot of them have been turned into absolutely wonderful films. Is there any book that you want to be turned into a film?
Of all the books all the films that have been made from my books, this is my favorite so far. We had a screening. They test everything, and one of the questions I asked was, "Do you like this movie better or The Wimpy Kid?" 100% of the kids like this movie better, and we're big Wimpy Kid fans too. But so it's I don't know, it works for people. I think what works is it is funny, but there's also a real twist and some heartfelt stuff. And kids aren't dumb; they're smart.
Right now, I'm Holden, who's the writer of the film, and since this is based off a book, how is it different to write this from a normal film?
Well, it was actually pretty exciting because James Patterson writes such wonderful characters, so there was already a lot of backstory there that I got to, take in and make something wonderful out of. It gave me a lot of freedom to really have some big ideas, some fun ideas. With a book, things are usually sort of in your imagination, but on the screen you need to think of ways to make it cinematic and visual, and I had a lot of fun doing that.
And would you say you have any sort of connection to the story, feel sentimental about the story?
Absolutely. I love, first of all, I think everyone finds middle school to be a little bit of a difficult time, but I love the idea that Rafe uses the things that he's best at, his creativity, for good things and to make a difference in the world and in his students' lives, and I think that that's what I like most about it.
Right now with Luke Hardeman, who plays Sean in the film. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So what would you say is your favorite grade in school and why?
My favorite thing in school?
Favorite grade?
First grade. Mostly because that was my favorite teacher I ever had. Her name was Miss Rice. That was my favorite teacher.
Thank you so much for talking to me.
You're welcome.
It's nice meeting you.
I'm excited. Okay.
Right now I'm talking to Steve Carr. So this film is based off a book. What different did you have to do, since this is based off a book, in terms of writing the script and the story for it?
Well, we kept the basic idea of the book, but I think we rewrote a lot of what the movie finally became. We wanted it to be really funny, like the book, but it was important for me to have heart and for it to be good for a whole family. So there's a lot of laughs and there's a lot of tears, and I think it's a little bit more complicated because we had the opportunity to kind of expand the story.
And what message do you want the audience to get from this film?
I think what they should get is that creativity is really important. With our schools cutting back on arts programs, it's a terrible thing. I went to art school when I was going to school, and that led me to directing a major film. So I think it's important that creativity be promoted and provided for our kids.
Right now with Andy, who plays Principal Dwight. So, what is it like playing a principal in this film?
First of all, adults first, kids second. What's it like playing a principal in this movie? It's great fun. I play not just the principal, I play the villain in this movie, and it is super fun to play a villain and to be a jerk to children. It's fun to be a jerk to children.
Now, when you first heard about this character and read what this character's personality is like, what did you think about him?
I thought that this was a guy who just takes his job way too seriously. He is obsessed with how well the kids at his school do on this test, and so he thinks everything else is a distraction from that, and he basically tries to outlaw creativity and fun, and the kids rise up and rebel against him, and spoiler alerts, creativity and individuality win in the end. And so it ends up being a very fun battle, a battle for fun, and fun wins.
And since this is such a great character and a unique one too, what would you say is your favorite quote of his?
My favorite quote of Principal Dwight's, probably at the end of the movie. This is super spoilery. No, it's not that bad. The big annual test that he's giving, that he's so excited to give, has been tampered with by these rebellious kids. And the first question on the test is, true or false, Principal Dwight has 3 nipples. And Principal Dwight goes, that is not true. For your information, I was born without nipples, and it looks beautiful, Principal Dwight says. And that's a crazy line of dialogue, because if you have no nipples, you're not even a mammal. I don't think it's true. Well, that's a crazy thing. Principal Dwight also, at some point, he starts instituting a whole bunch of new rules for the school, and one of them is no going to the bathroom, which is I think it takes you by surprise in the movie, because that's an insane rule. You can't run a school that way. You got to go to the bathroom.
Right now, with Alexa Nisenson, who plays Georgia in the film. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So there's a lot of fun and fantastic scenes in this film. What do you think was your favorite to do?
Gosh, well, I don't want to give anything away, but it's a great emotional scene between me and Griffin Gluck, who plays Rafe in the movie, and that was my favorite to film, but I don't want to give too much away.
And what would you say so far is the best thing about school? Like, you wake up in the morning and you look forward to that in school.
I'm homeschooled, so the best thing about school for me is that I can sleep in, and it's very convenient for me because I can do it at any time during the day. So that's probably my favorite part about it.
Right now, Angela, who plays Superintendent Hwang, is that how you pronounce it?
That's right.
And can you tell us about your character, please?
My character comes in at the end of the movie. You may or may not know there's a lot of shenanigans happening at the school, and I think my character kind of sets the record straight at the end.
And what was your favorite grade in school, would you say?
My favorite grade, it was probably 8th, because by that point, everybody who had come from all different schools, we'd been in middle school together for 3 years, so we're all kind of like one cohesive group, so it was really fun.
Right now, I'm with Griffin Gluck, who plays Rafe, and can you please pronounce his last name?
Rafe Kachadorian.
Thank you, I didn't want to mispronounce it.
Of course, no problem.
So, how do you relate to your character, and how do you think you differ?
I think my character and I are similar in the way that we're both creative. We're both kind of different than others. We like to express our creativity. Of course, I'm not as artistic as he is. I'm not as outgoing as he is, although I try to be. And I definitely can't draw as well as he can.
Right now, Isabela Money, who plays Jeanne in the film. So, how are you doing?
Yes, I play Jeanne Galetta, and I'm very excited to be here. All of my friends are here, and I'm very excited. And I see Carr over there, the director, and I'm sure he's going to do a great interview. I'm a little new at this.
So, since this is based off a book, was it different preparing for this role, since you could actually read the book and read more about the character from the book?
Oh yeah, no. You know what? I had read the book a little bit. My brother had told me mostly about it before I auditioned for it. My little brother, who actually read the book mandatory for school, And I read it while I was filming the movie. I almost didn't want to read it because I wanted to do my own take on the character, on Jeannie's character. I read the book, and apparently she's blonde. She's got curly hair, and completely opposite of me. But no, she's a little bit. I find she's a little bit more brutal on Rafe. She's a little more judgmental. I think the way I was going for it with this character was a little bit more open, and all she wants to do is just be positive, like change to the school and be a good role model.
Right now, I have Lauren Graham, who plays Jules in the movie. So, what do you think about your character? Like, if you could describe your character in just a few words, what would you think it'd be?
She's strong, she's a little scattered, and she's hopeful. She's got a kid who is creative, but having a tough time staying in a school and having a tough time abiding by rules. And so she's trying to help him not lose his individuality, but also not get kicked out of another school.
And for parents who are going through what your character is going through, what would you recommend for them to do?
Well, I think in this movie anyway, we just try to stay positive and try to stay open to the kind of kid you have. They're all unique individuals, and what's right for you is not necessarily right for them. However, I think the most important thing is that a child feels they have structure and rules. I don't think it's helpful to be too buddy-buddy, you know?
Well, guys, the event is over and we met so many cool people. We learned so much about the film. Again, stay tuned for my review on this fantastic film, and I just cannot wait to see it. I'm so excited, and I'm going to go watch it now. So see you guys. I'm your host, Gerry O, signing off. Bye.